There's a night circled on the calendar in Winston-Salem, and it isn't for a championship or a points battle. It's for a man who never got to see it happen. On Friday, August 21st, the lights at Bowman Gray Stadium will come on for the Kyle Busch Invitational, and for the first time in the history of that quarter-mile bullring, the roar of the crowd will carry a different weight. This isn't just another night of Legends and Bandolero cars ripping around the Madhouse. This is a send-off. This is a track built on grit and grudges, finding a way to say goodbye to one of the sport's most fearless competitors. Kyle Busch didn't just race Legends cars once upon a time, he was forged by them. Long before the championships, before the record-setting win totals, before Rowdy became a name that split fan bases right down the middle, there was a kid climbing into a tiny, snarling car and learning what it meant to fight for every inch of asphalt. That's the story Bowman Gray wants to tell on August 21st, and they're doing it the only way that makes sense, by filling the Madhouse with the very machines that shaped him. Clay Campbell, president of Martinsville Speedway and NASCAR's Mid-Atlantic Division vice president, called it an honor to host this event and celebrate the life of one of racing's most accomplished drivers. He talked about what this night represents, the passion of the fans, the deep history baked into that historic oval, and a cause that reaches far beyond the racetrack. Because this isn't only about racing. Every dollar raised is heading straight into the Samantha and Kyle Busch Bundle of Joy Fund, the non-profit Kyle and his wife built back in 2015 after their own painful road toward becoming parents. That fund has spent over a decade helping families who are fighting the same uphill battle Kyle and Samantha once faced, covering the cost of fertility treatments for people chasing the same dream they once chased. So when the green flag drops that night, it won't just be launching a race. It'll be launching help for families who need it. Think about the scale of what's coming to that quarter-mile oval. Up to 51 Legend cars. 18 Bandolero cars. Nearly 70 machines squeezing into one of the tightest, most unforgiving short tracks in the country, all in tribute to a driver who once did the exact same thing as a teenager with nothing to lose. G.E. Chapman, who runs US Legend Cars International and the INEX Racing Series, put it simply, the Legend car wasn't a footnote in Kyle's career, it was the foundation. It's where the instincts were built. It's where the fearlessness started. And now that same class of car is coming back to honor the path that made him one of the greatest to ever strap in. Getting a spot in this field isn't going to be handed out. Drivers punch their ticket by finishing in the top 5 of the 2026 Summer Shootout final standings across Pro, Semi-Pro, Masters, and Young Lions. And if a driver picked up an A main feature win during that same Summer Shootout but just missed the top 5 in points, they're in too. In other words, this isn't a ceremonial lineup of retired names cruising around for a photo op. This is a real, earned, competitive field of drivers who fought all season for the right to be part of this night.
Here's how it all plays out. Gates open at 2 in the afternoon. Practice and qualifying run from 2 until 4:30, giving teams a window to dial in their cars on a surface that punishes even the smallest mistake. Then, at 5 o'clock, the racing begins in earnest. 5 separate 10-lap Legends car heat races, drivers jostling for position, trying to survive traffic on a track where there's nowhere to hide. From there, it rolls into 2 15-lap Legends car B-main races, each one raising the stakes, each one thinning the field down to the drivers who've truly earned their shot at the feature. And when the night reaches its peak, the Bandolero and Legends car feature races will close it out. The moment every driver in that pit area has been building toward all season, run under a spotlight that means more than usual. For fans who want to make a full weekend out of it, Bowman Gray is offering a 2-day ticket package that folds in Saturday night as well, the AG South Farm Credit 150, the track's weekly Racing Series Championship night. Single-day tickets can be grabbed either at the gate or through the Ticket Haas app, but if you're after that 2-day bundle, it's online only. 2 nights, 1 legendary track, and a cause that outlives both of them. There's something fitting about where NASCAR chose to do this. Bowman Gray isn't a polished, corporate superspeedway. It's raw. It's loud. It's been called the Madhouse for a reason, and generations of short-track racers have cut their teeth there, chasing the same dream Kyle once chased as a kid behind the wheel of a Legend car. Now, it becomes the place where fans gather to remember him, not with silence, but with engines, not with stillness, But with the same chaos and competition, he lived for every single week of his career. This is also just one piece of a much larger tribute unfolding across the racing world this year. Charlotte will host a public celebration of life for Kyle this fall, a moment for the entire NASCAR community to gather and grieve together. But Bowman Gray's tribute feels different because it's not built around speeches or ceremony. It's built around the roar of small, loud cars battling for position on a track that never lets up, which, if you knew anything about how Kyle Busch approached racing, is exactly how he'd want to be remembered. Because that's the thing about Kyle. He never wanted sympathy. He wanted competition. He wanted drivers pushing each other to the limit, bumping fenders, fighting for every position like it was the last lap of a championship. And that's precisely what's going to unfold at Bowman Gray on August 21st, a night where the racing will be fierce, the emotions will run deep, and every single lap will raise money for families trying to build the future he and Samantha fought so hard to build for themselves. So mark it down. August 21st, Bowman Gray Stadium. Gates open at 2, the green flag waves at 5, and by the time that final feature race wraps up, the Madhouse will have done what it's always done best, turned raw competition into something that means a whole lot more than trophy. This time, it's a legacy. This time, it's a family. And this time, every single lap is for Kyle.